Hey, this is Jimmy from TEN15 Studios, and today we're going to fly the Avata, which we're going to do a review very soon. But right now we're filming with the iPhone 14 Pro Max, and we're going to use it in conjunction with the DJI mic, which we recently got. We're going to put that to the test and see how close can we get to something like what we've been using for production, with the Ronins and the A7S3, etc. So let me show you the DJI mic that we're using right now and just see how small of a setup it is. So here you can see the box, the setup. I'm sure some of you have seen this already, but I'm very amazed about how small and compact this system is. It's not just simply a transmitter receiver, it's a charging hub, and it has all the supplementary accessories that you use for recording. So just the fact that this all fits in my hand. My DD system that I use, my wireless system, is in a giant case compared to this. So I'm not sure if that's better or worse in terms of quality, but in terms of convenience, this cannot be beat. So once you open the box, you kind of flip it open. It's a magnetic clasp, so there's nothing in there. And once you open it, everything is already pre-paired already, so you don't have to do an additional pairing. You can see here it shows your how many hours. It has 15.1 hours. The transmitter, 2 transmitters, 1 receiver, and you can see here one side has a Lightning and one's a USB-C, and this is your cold shoe that if you want to put it on the bottom of like a DSLR right here. Here's your typical DJI 4 dots that indicates the battery of the case, not of the microphones and the transmitter. Each one of those has a different power levels, as you can kind of see in right there. Okay, so I'm using the DJI mic now. I have it connected to my iPhone via Lightning connector, the adapter that's in the case. On my chest here is the transmitter. As you can see, it's relatively small. It does have a little bit of weight. So depending on what shirt you wear, it could kind of pull it down, but as long as you put it up on higher, I think it'd be no problem. It does have 2 ways to connect to your clothing via a magnet or a clip that you could put up on top right here on a shirt, or if you had like a pocket on your side of shirt. The only downside is that right now, when I'm using my phone, I don't think this will be a problem when you're using a mirrorless or a DSLR camera, because you can play it back on the audio on that one if you want to with headphones, something like that. With this, the Lightning connector reads this as a headphone. So when you try to play it back, there's no sound. You actually have to disconnect the DJI the receiver, and then you can hear it back. So it's a minor inconvenience. There is a headphone jack that you can put into the receiver. However, that only allows you to monitor, right? It doesn't tell you when you're playing back. Here goes the DJI Avata. Here we have, I added original double, calls them, I think it's the Rough Rider or ribbed protection for the Avata. I've had a few good crashes, concrete and stuff like that, and I would say the Avata holds up pretty well. you can leave the mount system or the adapter. And in this case, I plan to use this mostly on my iPhone, right? And this is something, this is kind of why I have my gimbals back there, because we have the Osmo Mobile 6. And this is something I want to use for more reviews or like family trips, etc., because the convenience is there, right? And plus you get the performance. But anyway, but yeah, you can leave the adapter in here. In this case, like I said, the iPhone, and you can put it into the case without taking it on and off, right? Which I thought you would have to do, and I was doing that initially, just taking it on and off every time. But you can leave it in the lightning adapter, because I'm an iPhone user. You can take that off. And here, take that off. Put on the cold shoe adapter, and just follow the arrows. The arrows, it tells you to point that way. So you just kind of push it in, and that goes like that. And you would just simply put this on top of your camera, and then when you're done with it, you can put it in the case. You can put it back in its spot right there and leave the cold shoe on, and then you just put it back in here, and then everything, and then you can see all the information in terms of how many hours and battery life, etc. For the DJI system, obviously this is the transmitter on top, has the antennas, different uses, but if you can get away with using something that small, then why do you need to use something this big? The DJI transmitter, you see that you would kind of put this here, you put it on your side, mic this up on your talent, and you kind of, and you walk around, that's how you do it. Which is, you can still put a microphone onto the DJI mic. However, you don't need to, which is the cool part, right? You can just grab one of these out and put it in your shirt, and then you're good to go. The ease of use is what is, to me, like the real game changer here, because you can, like, the performance is pretty good, right? The audio quality is pretty good, but the ease of use is what I really like about this. So for some specs regarding running time, the DJI mic transmitter charging time is 70 minutes and its operating time is 5.5 hours. This is directly from the DJI website specs sheet. The mic receiver is the same thing, 70 minutes charging time, operating time 5 hours. And the charging case, charging time takes 2 hours and 40 minutes, the whole thing. And it can fully charge 3 devices simultaneously 1.8 times. So almost twice for everything. So that's pretty good. For the first audio test, we're going to use the DJI Connect audio system. This is the transmitter. The receiver's on the top of the camera right now. And we're using the DJI Lavalier Mic Pro. Okay? So the audio that you're hearing is from the system. So we're doing a quick check right now. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. If you like what you're seeing from our channel from TEN15 Studios and you like the comparisons, we have more things coming along the way. Okay, so I am using the DJI mic and no lavalier connected, just the mic itself. I've kept the levels the same as when I used the DJI system, just for consistency purposes. We're not using a lavalier. We'll do that on the next test, right? So it's strictly just the transmitter and the receiver that's on top of the camera. Right now, the camera, because we changed out the mount, because it's not an iPhone, clearly. So DJI provides an audio jack that goes directly into the microphone of the camera. And this is our last test that I want to do. Is just now we have the mic with a lavalier. Again, this is a test of the DJI mic with a lavalier mic. This is the DJI Lavalier Mic Pro. So how's it sound? Is it more focus, or do you hear more of everything else? I'm in an area that's a little bit echoey, so I'm wondering if that picked up more or less than the other setups. The very first setup before we started doing this test was a shotgun mic. Then we followed up with the DJI. Then we did just the DJI mic itself. And then now finally we're using the DJI mic with a lavalier. I have to say, after listening to the clips here and hearing the nuances of the sound, DJI has done a really good job on the DJI mic. It's small, it's compact, and it has versatility. You can use this on a DSLR, or mirrorless camera. You can use it on your phone. For the time being, we're still going to use the DAD Connect system, but you can see the size difference here. Whereas this, you charge all these components separately, and while very powerful and it has 100 milliwatts of transmission, this is still pretty good too. Up to 250 meters is what DJI is reporting on their literature about that. And for most intents and purposes, people aren't going to go that far, I believe, you know. So I'm probably going to be using this more so on most of our projects now. The real test will be is how will this be in a production setting? Will we have problems with occlusion when it is covered up by a body or an object and suddenly you can't hear the sound cuts out, which is a problem sometimes with wireless systems. But I don't have that with the DAD system because it has the power to pass through that. So we'll see. But again, this is a great product from DJI. Good job. You guys are doing really good this 2022 with all the releases that DJI is coming out with. So keep up the good work. That's all I have to say about that. Another product that DJI's put out to enter into another realm of tech, right? They did it with the drones. They did it with gimbals, right? Now they're going into the microphone space. So thanks for watching. Thanks for all the support you guys are giving us. This is Jimmy from TEN15 Studios. Take care and God bless you.